Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Mark again here at Weatherman Plus. Now, I'm going to update you on this next pattern that we're about to go into. I'm still showing you we have this big beast of a system. Not only is it going to crush records on the West Coast, bring a potential strong nor'easter to the east side of the U.S., maybe the Mid-Atlantic, maybe the Northeast. Now, we do have the next system coming to the West Coast. This is going to come in this afternoon, bring a lot of storms, a lot of rain all night long into the early morning hours for California, going all the way down California. Then we have that second piece that's coming in for this weekend, also going to hit California by the afternoon on Sunday and start going up towards Washington and Oregon a little bit as well. And we have more coming. I'm showing that we have a big beast of a system coming, and it's bringing a lot of rainfall, and it is going to crush, I believe, the records that's going on the West Coast. I believe it will go up to an AR4 or an AR5. Now, one of these systems is coming across and bringing some storms across the south, and there's no severe weather outlook for that. But the one that's coming from the 12th through the 16th, right after this, is going to affect the East Coast. That is the one that's bringing that major snowfall potential. Now, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. All I ask is if you know somebody in these impacts, please share this information on other social media platforms or hit the like button. Anything to help get this information out to others so they can prepare best. Because the best thing we try and preach on this channel is safety. But remember, when you subscribe, you might have these problems with other YouTubers you follow. You have to click that bell and check all. If you don't check all, then you won't get all the posts from that YouTuber. Matter of fact, if you don't show up for a while, YouTube would actually unsubscribe you. Now, here's a satellite view of that shot that I just showed you of your storms that's coming in all the way into the early morning for tomorrow. Now, there is more on the way as well. Just like I showed you, you got that next wave that is going to be popping through as it comes through this weekend for Saturday. That's also going there. But we have a bigger system that is going to be making its way. It's been showing this for almost a week now, and that is what's going to really break y'all records. And the latest on the news is that the dock has broken on Santa Cruz County, and the big ship piece is broken off of the pier and into the ocean. So this video is in the link in the description so you can go see what's going on. It is a little bit longer of a video. And here's some more shots showing you some more damage that was taken over in that area. And you can see how bad the waves were getting on this area. So it's been pretty strong already. It's already caused a lot of destruction. And records are already broken. So far, this is the wettest 10-day period for San Francisco ever since 1871, right around that arc flood that they had. Downtown San Francisco received 10.33 inches from December 26th all the way to January 4th. An all-time 10-day record was 1437 in January of 1862. And I believe we will crush the all-time record as well. Matter of fact, California Governor Gavin Newsom said on Wednesday morning that they anticipate that this will be one of the most challenging and impactful series of storms to touch down in California in the last 5 years. We have a family of atmospheric rivers coming, guys. They are raising it up to already having a 3, even a 4 impacts along the coast of California for the next 7 days. So it is going to be stronger. And you can see I shot best here. So for Christmas and New Year's Eve, you had a big scale of rain come in, all that flooding y'all had. You had the flooding that you're enduring, and it is going all the way to the 6th and the 7th. But you can see again that it is going to be kind of mild until we get right around the 12th. It's going to spike again for more flooding that's coming, stronger events coming your way. Now, the orange goes to a strong level, but the red goes all the way to extreme and exceptional. And I think that is what we're going to see brewing up. I see all kind of moderate levels for flooding coming, and all the ground is already saturated. It cannot soak up any more rainfall, and you still have almost historical amounts still coming in the near future. And you can also see it is trending on Euro and GFS. So you have this big spike coming right after the 10th, around the 11th and 12th. And GFS sees that as well as the next wave. I'm showing we're going to be in this pattern still all the way to the 16th. Matter of fact, all the way through the 20th. But the jet stream is going to raise up. So after the 16th, it's going to affect Oregon and Washington with a lot of heavy rainfall as the jet stream pulls up towards Canada. And we're going to stay in this positive phase for quite some time. So when you have an East Pacific Oscillation, a positive phase, that's when you have all your jet stream going up here to the northwest, and you have all these surface lows forming up, and this is what y'all been in for quite some time, in the positive phase. And you can see this also from the Euro for the EPO, that you are in the positive phase all the way until after the 20th. But you can see these dips. These are storms coming. So the trough is going to come down the west coast with one storm. That's what you have all the way till this weekend, all the way till Monday. Then we have that second storm that's coming in from the 12th through the 14th. Then the jet stream is going to start raising up all the way towards Canada. This will affect Oregon and Washington as it's going on its way up. And you can see that shot best here. So you have your storms that's coming in all the way from Saturday and Sunday, hitting on the west coast, and this will keep going. We have an atmospheric river family of storms coming. After you go all the way from Monday, you go into Tuesday, more storms still hitting the west coast. And then as you keep going, we're only in the 11th or 12th as you go into Wednesday. Then we have a lot more rainfall coming. You're already saturated. That will create a lot of flooding. Then as we go into next Friday, you have more coming in all the way until the 16th. This is going to keep coming in Northern California for the 15th. Then we're going to start going on that high ridge. Right on the 16th and 17th, you're getting some more precipitation for California. But now it's going to start raising up, and the rest of those storms are going to go towards Washington and Oregon because you're going into that high ridge on the jet stream all the way until the 20th. So this is going to last all the way to the 16th and 17th for California. Then it's going to affect Oregon and Washington with some heavy rainfall. And this isn't rainfall that you've had already. This is rainfall that is still to come. So you can see widespread 7 all the way to 8 and 9 inches. And then you start getting into the purple for southern Oregon, Northern California, especially the higher elevation, still showing you got at least 10 feet of snow coming. But look at all this heavy rainfall that's coming for California, even down Southern California. And it's just going to start adding up. After we get wave after wave, it is going to be a series of them, guys. Then we have the one coming in from the 12th through the 13th, and that's just going to add up to more and more all the way until the 16th. That is another 14 inches of precipitation coming. And then as it goes up on that high ridge, you will get the tail whips of some more rain bands as it goes towards Oregon. Still showing widespread heavy precipitation. And it's bringing 7 inches of rainfall all down Washington and Oregon along the coast, and getting heavier as you go towards Northern California, towards Central California, where everybody's in the teens. And even as you go from Central California to Southern California, it still stays heavy all the way to 11 inches, then drops down to 6 and 7 inches and 5 inches. So this is still going to affect the whole West Coast, and this is rain that's still coming. There's still going to be more and more and more. And you can see this from National Weather Service. So from the 13th through the 19th, we're still going to be heavy precipitation, well above average for the West Coast as it goes up to that potential nor'easter with the precipitation as well. Matter of fact, as you look at the control member with the Euro, you can see that within the next 5 days, it is bringing a lot of heavy rainfall towards California. And as you keep going 7 days and on, these storms are going to keep coming. Right now, we're at 10 days. Now, all that purple is anywhere from 12 inches plus. The brighter the purple, the higher the amount. And if you keep going, you'll see that it still adds up all the way until the 16th and the 18th as it goes up on that high ridge towards Washington and Oregon. And now you're talking about widespread purple all across southern Oregon and northern California, to possibly 15 inches plus of rainfall still to come. Plus widespread 7 to 9 inches of rainfall coming down southern California. So this is going to be a lot of heavy rainfall still coming. And this will cause a lot of your flooding. For today, you are under a moderate section once again, and I even see moderate sections in the future. So you have marginal, slight risk, and the moderate in that red for today. And that's just for today. For tomorrow, this is going to continue. You're going to stay in the slight risk, big marginal right here, but you're going to be in the slight risk all the way down to San Francisco. And as you go to day 3, you're going to stay in that slight risk. But once we get closer and we start going towards Tuesday, towards the 10th, you're automatically going to be in a slight risk, but now automatically in the moderate section again for San Francisco as well. This is where you're going to crush those records. And you're going to be in the moderate level for flash flooding once again as you go to Tuesday on the 10th. Still showing very heavy snowfall coming to higher elevations of California. A lot of snowpack, getting all the way up to 150 inches. That's 10 feet, guys. You see how it does go down all the way down Central California with very heavy snowfall. Feet of snow coming. Now, just until the 16th, it's not just bringing snowfall for California, it's bringing widespread major snowfall with this big storm that's coming. It's bringing heavy precipitation turning into snow for Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, also for Utah, Nevada, also for Arizona. A lot of snowfall, at least a foot in most of these areas. And it even potentially brings more, but that's down the road. Just the next 10 days is too far as it is. And I'm still showing major snowfall, feet of snow for everybody. So to update with Climate Prediction Center from the 13th all the way to the 19th, you do have high winds. I will show you that. High winds in all of this brown area from the 13th through the 15th. Heavy precipitation from the 13th through the 16th all the way into Arizona, all this green. Heavy snow right here in this pink area for Utah and portions of Wyoming from 13th through the 16th. And from the 13th through the 17th is just going to add up to heavy snowfall for the higher elevations of California. Now, when you look at your Pacific North American pattern, we are staying in the positive pattern all the way to after these storms pass. Right after the 16th, we're going to start staying around a neutral to a negative pattern. And when you're in a positive Pacific North American pattern, a positive PNA, that's when that's going on that high ridge, just like I showed you, right around the 16th. But it comes down towards the eastern side of the U.S. and brings that potential cold air with it. That's where you've seen that potential snowfall for the southeast and the potential for the nor'easter with this cold air. And you can see this when you look at your jet stream. So as you go towards the 16th, not only the winds, remember you have the high winds. Look at these high winds that's coming with that next system on the west coast, all the way from the 12th all the way to the 16th. A lot of high winds, a lot higher than the winds that y'all are dealing with now. These will be very high winds. There's even a hazard outlook out for this already from Climate Prediction Center. But at the same time, you can see right after the 10th and 11th, we start going into the positive pattern where we get these dips going to the southeast. Now, this is bringing that first storm where I showed you. There's no severe weather outlook for it. There will be some thunderstorms. There is a slight marginal for flash flooding. But then the big storm comes across, hits the west coast, and this goes towards the east coast where you get two chances. You even get a chance for a snowstorm for the southeast or even go up to the northeast and be a strong nor'easter while you get another one coming in on the 16th from that big beast that's coming on the west coast, and that goes up on a high ridge because we don't stay in that pattern too long. So we do have a open window right now to where we are going to be in this pattern, and these storms are going to the southeast. There is going to be cold air coming, bringing up potential snowfall, but after that, the snowfall will be going up to the upper Midwest because that pattern is going to break, and now it's going to go up instead of down. So being in this pattern, GFS sees the storm going to the southeast. It did come towards the Euro from what Euro showed yesterday. And then it goes up towards the northeast and strengthens up, being a potential nor'easter in the northeast from the 12th through the 15th. At the same time, you can see that strong storm coming in for California. It just grows and grows, a very strong system. And that one will be coming into our U.S. and going up on that high ridge, just like I just showed you, because this pattern isn't going to last that long. We have all the way until the 16th to get the chance for this nor'easter or this southern snowfall. Now, the Euro sees this as well. It goes a little bit deeper towards the southeast, which gives you an even better chance for that southern snowfall, and it confirms that it does start going up the coast. Euro don't see as far as the GFS. But this is trending on multiple models. Even the Canadian agrees that this system is going towards the southeast and possibly up that coast. So it's seen by the Euro, it's seen by the GFS, is seen by the Canadian that this system will be over here from the 12th through the 14th before we get out this pattern for the 16th. There's one problem with that though. If you look at your Arctic Oscillation, your AO, you can see how we get these cold dips. We got another cold dip coming down from the 12th through the 14th. But then it starts going northern as we get out of this pattern because we're going into a warm-up, guys. all the way through February. And if you've been a follower on my channel for quite some time, you remember that I always told you we had this cold air coming in from the 5th through the 15th, and then we was going on a warm up like our winter was over. It was literally going to be going towards springtime. So if you take a look of all of North America, you can see right here on the 12th, we start getting our system going across the central U.S., and it does pull that cold air on the wraparound on the west side, bringing it further south into our country as this passes from the 12th to 13th, which is next Friday, and it goes towards the southeast, potentially going to the northeast and bringing that nor'easter with all these cold temperatures, giving a chance to freeze all that precipitation and giving y'all that strong nor'easter. But as you take a closer look, you can see the update with the GFS that we are going into a big warm up, guys. And you can see how it goes towards the east. It's not showing snowfall for the Carolinas, and that potential nor'easter bringing a lot of rainfall in the northeast. Intercoastal northeast definitely going to get the major snowfall if this shows true. But it looks like the coast will get rainfall, and then after it passes, maybe get a little bit on the wraparound as we get another system coming towards the west coast that will go up on that high ridge, just bringing rain to everybody. Even the update with the Euro confirms that you're not going to be getting that southern snowfall, guys. If you take a look, you'll see that we're in a big warm pattern as this system comes across. So it's all going to be rain and not a snowstorm as that system goes out, according to the Euro. And it is trending with the Canadian as well, but the Canadian sees that the cold dip will come in one last time. There is a chance for some freezing rain, some ice, and some snow on the wraparound before it goes out. So that would still bring you a chance for snowfall for the Mid-Atlantic, not the Northeast, not the South, but right here for Mid-Atlantic does bring y'all chance. And you can see this with the GFS that it don't quite bring your temperatures on a wraparound to bring that sudden snowfall. It does go up towards the northeast and bring y'all your temperatures. And the Euro agrees with those temperatures being in the northeast, but it puts the system a lot lower to where it's not going to be set up here in the north. It's going to be in the southeast with all that precipitation, so it won't get affected by these very cold temperatures in the northeast. Only the GFS has seen that it will go on a high ridge and do that potential nor'easter. The rest of the models show that it will go towards the southeast, and there is a moment where it could get some freezing temperatures from the 12th through the 14th, maybe get some snowfall. However, National Weather Service is seeing this as rain because we're going on this big warm up. Matter of fact, when we look at all the perturbed members, it's looking even smaller, guys, like the Euro is correct on this one. And you can see all the members, very few of them even show that southern snowfall anymore for the southeast, though this one even shows Georgia. But this is your control member. If you look right here, there's your more than likely outcome, what will happen, and it's not showing any. Maybe a little bit for North Carolina and Virginia. And you can see this on National Weather Service. So for today all the way till late tonight, you are going to be getting that rain coming in while this surface low comes across the central U.S., brings very little bit of snow, brings a little bit of rain. No severe outlook for that as well. But all the way till Sunday, then you're getting thunderstorms starting to come on shore for the West Coast all the way until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's when that system comes across and we start getting some snow on a wraparound, just a little bit. We see everybody else is in rain. And as it goes towards the East Coast, in rain because we're going on that very big warm-up, guys. So when you see what the more than likely outcome will be for the rest of the U.S., you can see right here for the central U.S., the upper Midwest, a lot of it shows some potential heavy snowfall. But once again, your control member right here showing on that warm-up, all this gray is 1 to 2 inches, so everybody will get hit with a little light glaze of snow. Also, when you look towards the Great Lakes and the Mid-Atlantic, you see the major snowfall in a lot of these, so you will see this in a lot of these model runs, even for the Ohio Valley right here. But when you look at the control member, it still confirms that we're going to be on this warm-up. It'll be 1 to 2 inches. That's about it. That's what all that gray is. Maybe a 3 to 5 for the higher elevations of North Carolina, West Virginia, and Virginia. That's the more than likely outcome. As well as the Northeast. You can see a lot of these show a strong nor'easter, bringing a lot of major snowfall. But the majority of them show you that there is not going to be a major snowfall out of that. Matter of fact, when you look at your control, remember, it's even more depressing that you're barely going to get 2 inches of snow out of that because it's going to be fighting temperatures the whole time. And this is one of the big reasons. From the 13th through the 19th, our temperature probability outlook is well above average temperatures. And I'm showing the next month after that will stay above average. So when you check with your daily high temperatures with the Euro, for today, this is your daily high temperatures. For tomorrow, it's going to stick around. All the way for Sunday, it's going to stick around. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next Friday, as the system's rolling around, we have 50s and 40s expected. And then if you keep going, you can see for Saturday, it moves to the southeast. We're going to be in the 40s and 50s. And as you go Sunday into the northeast, you're actually going to be in the 40s for your highs, according to the Euro, and not in those freezing temperatures. Then as you go all the way to next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's just in a big warm up, guys, that we're going to stay in this warm pattern for quite some time. So the 12Z run on the Euro did show they still have all this major snowfall coming towards the southeast, showing over a widespread foot of snow, guys. I mean, really major snow coming. But you can see with the update on the Euro, with the 0Z, you can see all this snow is going to be 1 to 2 inches in this gray. But all this blue is maybe 2 inches of snow, not much. Maybe getting 3 and 4 inches for the northeast. Maybe getting some for New Jersey, Long Island, Pennsylvania, a little bit of New York, and the New England states. But it's not showing much promise. However, the GFS is still confirming that it will be a major nor'easter going up to the northeast, bringing an unbelievable amount of snowfall. Anywhere from 2 to that yellow-orange right there is almost 3 feet of snow. It seems a little far-fetched, but the latest on the Canadian confirms that it will go out towards the east just like the Euro, but you will get some snowfall on a wraparound, and it still will transition to major snowfall for the Mid-Atlantic. And showing just like what the Euro showed that it will be a quick mover, but we're talking feet of snow. Look at that, 50 inches for Virginia. That is crazy. 35 inches for up here by Asheville, North Carolina. This would be unbelievable and historical. Definitely going to break records if this was to show true. And it would bring somewhere around 3 to 5 inches for the eastern Ohio Valley, intercoastal Northeast, and some of the New England states where everybody else is just getting a glaze. So they're still a little too far to be sure, but I guarantee you one of these is right. And if it's the Canadian, we're actually in a lot of trouble. But as we take a look at what is coming in the future, you can see what we have for January. A little bit of below average temperatures and a lot of above average temperatures. As you go into February, it's going to stick around, guys. You're going to have colder air on the northwest, so we're going into that pattern. And once you go into March, it's going to stick around above average. April, May, and right here, this gray, that's just your average temperatures. May, June, July. Now we're going into next hurricane season. We're going to stay above average after this first bump from the 15th through the 20th, and then we're going to stay above average. Everybody else, maybe the northwest, a little bit more colder air for the upper Midwest, but that is it. But most of all, thank you so much for visiting my channel. Thank you for your time, everybody. God bless you and your families. I'd like to say something today. Psalm 139, 1 through 14. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my downsitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path in my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea. Even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. For thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Amen. Have a very great Friday, everybody. And if you've never been here before, I don't upload from Friday from sundown to sundown. Saturday, that is Sabbath, unless lives are at risk, of course. And we do have storms coming in this weekend for California, but that big beast isn't coming in until right after that. So I will see you again on Sunday. So remember, all glory always goes to Yahweh, our Father, our God. And may He keep you all safe. May He keep your homes all in peace. And may love always be at your front door, guys. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a very great day, everybody.